Hello, Chester County. Chris Lagarde here with the Chris and Company Real Estate Team from Keller Williams and Exton. Wanted to bring you the monthly statistics as it pertains to Chester County. Some news to share. Definitely some market is continuing to shift. We've seen a big change in some of the leading indicators. So let's look at the numbers here. Average sales price in October of this year was 526,000. That's up 10% from last year. Something that is interesting to note is that last month in September, the average sales price was up 16%. So a note on home prices is that um, we don't expect to see them drop a ton. As the market slows down, as it shifts with inflation and interest rates, we do expect home values to level off, possibly decrease slightly, but we're not going to see a huge drop in values. It's probably going to be until March or April of next year that we stop seeing an increase year over year. So over the next couple of months, we'll still see an increase from what it was last year, probably to the tune of 10 or so percent, but we'll see. So next, moving to the right, 19 days on market right now compared to 18 a year ago. That is a slight change, up 6%. And that's not the end of the world, of course. However, what we will say is that we are seeing homes sit longer. They're not selling in hours or in a few days. They are taking a little bit of time, unless they are priced well and aggressively and the condition is right. Townhomes seem to be sitting longer than single home family homes because of the affordability and the price of them. So just keep that in mind. Next, moving to the right, 452 homes were for sale in October. And overall, that's a 31% decrease over last year. So there were about 680 homes available last year, and this year there were 452. Overall, there was about 2 months of inventory, which is up 50% from last year. And then moving over to the right under sold, and this is interesting. This is really the key point. I made it last month as well, is that year to date, so if you go from January through October of this year, we've sold, Chester County has seen 5,667 homes sold versus last year, the same time frame, 6,832. So it's a 27% decrease in the number of homes sold. And some of that is due to the weird market conditions in the beginning of the year, beginning of the year, where it was hard for buyers to find homes. Now, the second half of the year, buyers have kind of pulled back the reins because of interest rates and not knowing what's going on. So it's an interesting time that we find ourselves in for sure. And ultimately, there's 100% sold to list price ratio, which is no change year over year. So sellers are on average are getting exactly what they're asking for their house. Now, what does all this mean to buyers and sellers if you are a buyer or seller? So let's start with sellers. First of all, the idea here is that overall, you may not see your home value where it's at for another 6 to 10 years. Why do I say that? Well, because markets move in predictable cycles, right? And usually from peak to peak, where we see a home worth this much, we're not going to see that again for another 6 or 8 years, depending on how the market cycles. That's very predictable. It's very historical. We see markets cycle in 7 to 10 year periods all the time. This past time is a little different because of how deep that shift was, plus the pandemic threw some things in there. So, the shifting market doesn't mean it's bad. It's just got to look at the specific numbers. And so if you're a seller, understand you're probably not going to get 20 offers, may not be going over asking price, but you will get solid offers, and you may have to help, depending on the price range and the location. You may have to help buyers buy with points, buying points, or doing 2-1 buy downs. If you don't know what those are, talk to us. We'll help you through that. Really not a huge deal. Now, buyers, it's no secret that interest rates have gone up. At the beginning of the year, they're 4%, give or take. Now they're 6 to 7%. Here's the thing to remember is overall, historically, that's incredibly average. The issue here is affordability. And I know home prices have gone up, and what you can get for your money now because of interest rates has changed that. However, there are things you can do, buy downs, paying points, things like that, that when you meet with one of our buyer's agents, buyer coaches, they will walk you through that and what your options are. And I think the key thing here is if you are renting is the interest rate on renting is 100%. You're paying somebody else's mortgage. Don't do that. If you have the financial stability and you have 3% for a down payment, please talk to us. We can help you understand what you can get and whether it makes sense for you to buy a home right now. 10 years ago, if you had bought a specific kind of home, let's say you paid 275 for that home, today that might be worth as much as 450,000. Even 5 years ago, you might have paid 300, 325 for a home. Now it's going to be worth 450. So market cycles are incredibly predictable, and one of the best places you can put your money to build wealth is in real estate. When you pay your mortgage, you're paying down your principal, and you're getting tax incentives. So, if you don't own a home, now is a great time to buy it, regardless of what the interest rates may be. At the end of the day, if you're thinking about buying or selling, please give us a call. We consider ourselves coaches, where we get on the same side of the table as you. We understand what's motivating you to do this. We help you discover and really get very clear on what your motivation is, and help develop a strategy to get you there, regardless of interest rates or conditions or anything like that. We're going to be on your side to help you get where you want to go. So if that's the kind of agent you're looking for, please give us a call. We would absolutely be thrilled to help you. It's Thanksgiving month, so please have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Make sure you take time to express gratitude to those closest to you, and let them know how much you love them, and those people that are important to you, what you're grateful for. So have a wonderful holiday, and we'll talk to you next month.